24K. Big facts only. On your bitch ass. Fry me a river so I can float the boat. I don't need a bridge, I need an open coast, but lose when I dock. I let the focus go, we made it here. Ain't no need to rope a dope. Hater had to fight those years. Tears and all them lonely roads, it's over now. Smiles the only faces that we stuck with. Living like a god, cause God said it give me comfort. Talking to the squad about building up our living structures to change the way the masses view the classes they all stuck in. Give courage to the families in the struggle. We was once them, above them, never. Better because them. Understand black elite forever. Gon' plug in. Absent and making, concentrating on our funding. I'm sure that the end is always better than beginning. One step at a time, we gon' build our whole vision. Money ain't the ceiling, we gon' take care of the children. Life's a marathon and we gon' run it to the ending. Yeah, the end is always better than beginning. One step at a time, we gon' build our whole vision. Money ain't the ceiling, we gon' take care of the children. Life's a marathon and we gon' run it to the ending.
I just pray we never fall off. For this bag I can't call off. Tell me who to trust, cause it's demons on my call off. I just wanna live in abundance and be well off. Now chess pieces off of my board, cause they might tell off. Strategic moves, smell like success when I'm breezing through. We mapping moves, thinking about Jay, wish he was breathing too. Them oppositions along the road was always needed too. I had to look myself in the mirror, I've been defeated too, to see the vision, and I got clarity now. I was lost, but God, he hearing me now. Orchestrating all our steps, you hear that symphony sound. It's all specific, the mission, pray for my enemies now. The demons out, but all my angels
always
around.
Better than beginning.
And I'm
one
sure
step at a time, we gon' build our whole vision. Money ain't the ceiling, we gon' take care of the children. Life's a marathon and we gon' run it to the ending. Yeah, the end is always better than beginning. One step at a time, we gon' build our whole vision. Money ain't the ceiling, we gon' take care of the children. Life's a marathon.
They made me read book. I could read a book so quick. Like I could read 1,000 books in the fucking week.
You could do that?
Yeah, because I was like trained to read.
Damn, and because of that they put you in special ed?
Well, in special ed they train you.
Peace, 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 peace. Peace and love this evening. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I do appreciate all the love and support that I do get from the family. Shout out to you guys for tuning in. Definitely shout out to you guys for tuning in. Y'all see the title. Y'all see what's going on, man. Shout out to the family. If you can hear me loud and clear before we even get started, just drop a fire emoji in the chat. That's going to indicate to me that my audio and that my visuals so far so good is good to go. I mean, y'all let me know if everything is good to go, man. We're going to get into the untold history of the mound builders. We're going to start with genesis of inventions and innovations. Genesis of inventions and innovation. So I think you guys really are going to enjoy this one. You're really going to be able to get into some of the history here. Before we get started, I do want to play one more little intro song before we get started. We are just getting in the building. It is a little early in the evening. People probably still at work as well, or maybe even just now getting off. So for those that's still doing their daily commutes, make sure you give your brother Aboriginal Power a quick shout out. You understand what I'm saying? We're going to get into one of my songs I like to get into. You understand what I'm saying? We're going to get through one of these intros. And so shout out to everybody that's in the building. We got to talk about the mound builders, the Aboriginal Indigenous Natives. This is your brother Aboriginal Power. We'll be right back in just a second. Let's go. Hold on. Here we go. Let me put it on the screen. All right, let's get it.
No peace. No peace. No peace. No peace.
Swear we gon' die every day. Swear we gon' die every day. They said Jesus gon' save us. Well, I know we die if we wait. I know we die if we can't. They tell us we black, but we ain't. Aboriginal, native, yeah, we gon' die every day. Cause we don't know where we came. We been here, lived here, open borders, got deported, fought for rights. Kidnapped, bitch slapped, blacked out, covered up, washed white. Drugged up, slugged up, beat bread, left for dead, fuck your life. It's all a plan, kill your man, take your land, slave your kids, rape your wife. Why y'all look so mad if all this shit I say is true? Why y'all look so mad if all this shit happened to you? White man quick to tell you, you was a slave, nothing before me. He himself only been free since 1840. Young recording, I'm an ancient Egyptian from Atlantis, headed straight for Canada, that's Israel. Nothing fake about me, no capping rapping, y'all just fed the ink and I'm digital. No caveman, I'm original. Kentucky fried, extra crispy, wear a lot of gold, cause my family history. I'm the guy to know, I bring death to history. Swear we gon' die every day. They said Jesus gon' save us. Well, I know we die if we wait. I know we die if he can't. They tell us we black, but we ain't. Aboriginal, native, yeah, we gon' die every day. Cause we don't know where we came. Swear we gon' die every day. They said Jesus gon' save us. Well, I know we die if we wait. I know we die if he can't. They tell us we black, but we ain't. Aboriginal, native, yeah, we gon' die every day. Cause we don't know where we came. Power, only respect power. Respect power. What's been said can't be said no louder. Stand for something, or you die a coward. They bombed our churches, set our kids on fire. Police keep erasing cause they backed up by the nation. Nation ain't complaining cause the Indians still hanging. Comanche, Sioux, Apache, ain't no history in blackness. No reason for that chatting if you bitch up when it's action. AR on my body, tell the bro to grab the shot. It loading up that new edition, finna hit him with this bobby. I can't shoot the shit, but 30 shouldn't miss. 54 races, 100 for his click. Anytime in prison, they don't want the shit. They don't want the problems. Snitches get the stick. Talking all that hatred, end up running like a bitch. Quick to call the laws, quick to play the bitch. Swear we gon' die every day. They said Jesus gon' save us. Well, I know we die if we wait. I know we die if he can't. They tell us we black, but we ain't. Aboriginal, native, yeah, we gon' die every day. Cause we don't know where we came. Swear we gon' die every day. They said Jesus gon' save us. Well, I know we die if we wait. I know we die if he can't. They tell us we black, but we ain't. Aboriginal, native, yeah, we gon' die every day. Cause we don't know where we came.
Yeah, man. So shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. We do appreciate everybody for coming off in here, man. We got some heat we're gonna get into. I'm not gonna hold you guys up long. We're gonna get right into some of the live actions. So for those that may not be familiar with the mound builders are arguably the First Nations of people here in North America. They're credited for some of the great large earthworks and some of the pyramidal structures that you see throughout the entire Americas, especially ranging between Ohio all the way down to Texas. It's broke up into between 3, possibly even 4 different mound cultures and societies. You got the Adena culture. You got the Hopewell community. You got the Mississippian culture, and you got the Poverty Point. Okay, these are arguably 4 different fashions of indigenous mound builders who are the great city builders of America. They actually constructed the first cities here in North America. So not to hold you guys up any longer, we're going to get straight to some of this action. If y'all ready to get in straight to some of this action, go ahead and drop a fire emoji in the chat. Cash App information is in the chat. I only support the channel if you enjoy these type of live streams. All right, only if you enjoy these type of live streams. So let's get right into the heat. If y'all ready to rock the house, drop a fire emoji. Let's go.
Keys on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track.
For the stats, I be beating the odds. In the blood, it be making me calm. Ride the turbines just like I'm Saddam. I'ma blow it just like I'm a bomb. I'ma leave it.
All right, you see what we got on the screen, man. Hopewell culture, copper culture. So we're just going to read a little bit into the and this is from the National Park Services, dealing with exotic cultures, earthworks, indigenous, and archaeology. So this is written by Part God and Sarah Henkelman. All right. Copper might be an exotic raw material to you. Can you think of any uses for copper? We use this. So let's get down to it. She's asking pretty much the questions. We see a lot in our everyday life, but for the people in the Hopewell culture in the Scotto River Valley about 2,000 years ago, copper was a scarce metal. They used this beautiful metal to create the ceremonial objects archaeologists found in the earthworks here in the Hopewell culture. This is in the Hopewell's Culture National Historical Park. So look at these pieces of raw copper that they use. Most of the copper found in the earthworks in the Scotto Valley came from sources in and around Lake Superior, a nearly 800-mile journey one way. So we're talking about a 1,600-mile trip, round trip. That'll be a round trip, a 1,600-mile round trip. Okay, copper is one of just a few metals that can be found in the form that is usable by humans. The people of the Hopewell culture value the various qualities like many materials used by the Hopewell ceremonial arts and the shiny and when polished and able to reflect sunlight or the glow of a fire, the metal can be also shaped by hand. Ancient artists folded, hammered, drilled, rolled copper using stone and bone tools. All right. Just like today, the metal was used to create jewelry, decorations, but the decorations created at the Hopewell tradition were part of a ceremony regalia. Okay. That included beautiful ear spools, headdresses, buttons, tinklers, rattles like ornaments, axes, plates, and many other objects and patterns, including the falcon effigy that served as a park symbol. Listen, they used the falcon effigy to serve as our park symbol. Collecting copper was no small feat. The people of the Scotto River Valley had traveled over 300 miles by foot and on boat to mine copper from either Lake Superior or from southern Appalachian Mountains. Most of the copper found in the earthworks of the Scotto River Valley came from sources in or around Lake Superior. Like I said, nearly around 1,600 round trip, 1,600-mile journey round trip. Some came from sources in the Appalachian Mountain of these ancient orons who could have been collected quartz and crystals, mica, and other exotic materials in these mountains. Kind of like how we collect souvenirs from vacation and in special events. Some of these coppers from Ohio mounds could have been carried here in glacial ice and meltwaters. The ancient travelers likely encountered other groups across eastern United States, forming close connections and relationships, allowing the Hopewellian belief and practices to spread. So here goes some that falcon effigy that was made out of pure copper. We can see it right here on the screen. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. We're going to cook a little bit. Hey, can y'all see everything on the screen? Let me go to the chat real quick. We're going to slow cook. I hope you got some time for me today. We're going to slow cook today. I hope you guys got some time for me. So let me look in the chat. Okay, we look like we're good. Y'all, if we good, drop a fire emoji. Also, family, we do got a goal to get at least 10 people to support each and every live stream. If we get the adequate amount of support for these type of lives, I will do these at least once a week, along with the Sunday classes that I prepare for you guys on Sundays. I will at least give you guys at least one of these a week and one Sunday class a week. Let's get the family to support the movement and let's keep it going. All right. So look, what do y'all think about this copper effigy? Just to look over it, most people will just say, oh man, it's a copper effigy. Let's keep going. But I want to kind of focus in on this a little bit because this is made out of pure copper. And this is in the almost the exact image of what they perceive a hawk or falcon to look like. So how skilled of master craftsmen in metallurgy do you have to be to construct and design metal into this shape like this with accuracy? How advanced do you have to be? I just want to ask the family right quick. This is the part where I ask the family some questions. I know we got the smartest chat on YouTube in here right now. I know we got the smartest chat on YouTube right now, so y'all let me know what y'all think about this. How long would it have taken to master craftsmanship, metallurgy, and to be able to craft these and design these into these figurines and effigies that we see today? I want to get some questions from the chat. I want y'all to answer my question, chat. How long do y'all think this would have took? Just the process of being this advanced, the technological process to this whole metal manipulating, creating effigies, and being able to get it right and exact. How long do you think this process would have taken? Now, this is found in what I say, like I said, the Ohio region. We're going to get into some more of this. This copper effigy depicting a peregrine falcon excavated at Mound City, group unit of the Hopewell Culture National Historical Park. Hopewell copper objects were made particularly for religious ceremonies, likely playing a role of animating myth and using a song and dance. The material in its final form was viewed as a living thing with a spirit and was given ceremonial burials in the mounds here at the Hopewell Cultural National Historical Park. Historic and modern American Indian tribes continue to view copper as a scared metal with spiritual powers. A lot of people still look at that. As a matter of fact, a lot of the big workout companies, a lot of the big workout companies and sports companies that deal with injuries, knee braces, arm braces, wrist braces, neck braces are now binding some of the technology that the ancient ancestors in the Hopewell community designed, which is copper. Copper wasn't just used for everyday uses, plates, ornaments, and even spiritual ceremonies. It was used for healing processes too, because copper also carry a healing process, which is why a lot of these companies like Under Armour, Nike, and you name it, that's making braces for your arms, elbows, and knees are now extending their fabric with copper. They're making copper fabrics in their knee braces to help the healing process. Did you guys know that? Did you know that? So a lot of American Indian tribes use it for spiritual powers. The metal is associated with the Mishipu, which is the great lynx of the water panther. Look, the great lynx or the water panther, the protector of copper. In the Ojibwe oral tradition, the great lynx is a powerful dragon, like an animal or a feline face and paws. Its deer-like horns are made of copper, and its body is covered with scales and daggers like spikes running down its back along with a copper tail. This being has the power to create storms and drown humans. Meshipishu must be revered through offering so that one may pass safely along the waters of Lake Superior and acquire the precious metal in copper. Okay, so we're going to get into some more of this as well. We're going to give you a double source to go with this. You know, listen, family, y'all know I like to give y'all double source. Y'all know I always like to give y'all double sources. So that's what we're going to do. If we got any questions from the family, do not hesitate to start asking them. We do want the family to ask questions if there are some uncertainties or if there's some things that need clarity. Okay, we want to just show the actual facts on the screen. We don't want to jump around to any conclusions, right? So we're talking about metallurgers. We're talking about people who were advanced with metals, and in particularly copper. And then in particularly copper. These people were master craftsmen of copper. And we're talking about over 2,000 years ago. Over 2,000 years ago, these people were creating large cities, Mound City in particular, to help create some of these magnificent artifacts that we see right here on the screen. And like I said, over 2,000, look what it says right here. While we might not see copper as an exceptional, at least special, it was powerful and valued by the people of the Hopewell culture 2,000 years ago. In many American Indian tribes, past and present, right, You can see some of the magnificent copper pieces created in the Hopewell tradition on display in our museum. The museum is Mound City, along some of the other fantastic exotic materials used by the American Indians to create beautiful works of scared art. They call it scared art because they no longer practice these type of religions. So when we start seeing sources like this, that's obviously talking about metallurgy, it's talking about the advancements of metallurgy. We're talking about just in the Hopewell culture alone, and in Mound City, Ohio, and particularly, this was going on. This has been going on for over 2,000 years in this particular area alone. Okay, but when you get into the entire Great Lakes region, right, from Lake Superior, Lake Orion, Lake Michigan, and you start getting into these particular areas, you start finding out the entire nation, the indigenous peoples in total in that area, had a very, very passed down, sophisticated understanding or knowledge of metallurgy. So if y'all ready to get into this next segment, let's go ahead and get into it. I don't want to hold you guys up. Metallurgy in America, family. I just want to make sure metallurgy in America, family, goes back 5,000 to 4,000 BCE. That's 7,000 to 6,000 years ago, family. 5,000 to 4,000 BCE is 7,000 to 6,000 years ago. So 7,000 to 6,000 years ago, people in North America, Northeast, Arctic, Northeast, Southeast, South American Andres, and Mesoamerican cultures all dwelled and practiced metallurgy. Metallurgy is a unique science. You got to have the science of metallurgy if you're planning on manipulating or constructing raw metals from its ore into objects like what we've seen earlier, like ornaments, plates, spears, axes, sparks, and ceremonial pieces. You will have to have the science of metallurgy. So the term metallurgy usually refers to the science of abstracting metals from its ore, purifying them, making objects out of them. And the Paleo Indians of the northern Great Lakes area were the first American Indians known to have worked with metal, doing so approximately about 6,000 to 7,000 years ago. And according to archaeologist Susan Hazen Hammond, who wrote an article, Timelines of American Indian History, she claimed that not only was they the first American metallurgers in the world, she made the claim that they were the first metal workers in the world. So long before Egypt even existed, you had people in the Great Lakes area already manipulating and creating objects. They were already creating objects by the time before Egypt was even thought of. 2,000 years before Egypt was even constructed, the Aboriginal indigenous peoples, aka the mound builders of Ohio, were already manipulating metals. So let's continue to read what's going on some more. And indigenous cultures, groups in South America, Mesoamerica, and in North America, Arctic, also practice metallurgy for the most part. Now let's go down here. Paleo-Indian metal workers, look, Paleo-Indian metal workers in the southern Great Lakes region extracted copper from rock formations in the area. The largest and the most sensible copper deposit in north of what is now Mexico, to remove the metal from its ore. These early metallurgists built extremely hot fires into which they placed ore into containing nuggets. After the rock became white, they were immersed in cold water, and then they could use them to create things. The crust and stuff will fall off of them. Most of the rock and the copper was encased came off, and the residue of the main was cleaned off with copper tools. The Paleo Indians, metallurgers, produced copper jewelry and sheet metal. They also produced copper drill bits. You don't use drill bits unless you got drills. They had picks, projectile points, owls, fish hook, gouges, knives, pendants, axe, beads, wedges, and a lot more. As they shaped these objects, The metal workers again heated the copper at a time until it was red hot and then slowly lowered it into cooling. This process is called the annealing process. It made it soft and malleable. Great Lakes Indians and Great Lakes American Indians, copper items were highly valued by other cultures outside of the Great Lakes and became an important trade item to the Southern Great Lake Paleo Indian. The copper items were so highly valued as trade good that modern archaeologists have found them from the Gulf Coast of the Atlantic seaboard, from Ohio Valley to the Great Plains. I mean, pretty much entirely everywhere you find this particular copper from all over the United States, and it comes from one particular spot in the Great Lakes region. So they had a vast trade networking with other nations, family. Hey, before we continue, drop some fire emojis. Are y'all in here with me, family? We're gonna barbecue a little bit. I don't know why we ain't got no people to support the channel today. I thought we was barbecuing. All right. Let's get a few people to support the channel, man. Can I light my backwood up now? It ain't. We got to get it started. It ain't ready to the fat lady saying, let me light my backwood up. Hold on. It'd be hard for me to get in my body. I got to light my wood up. What we doing? What we doing? I take more tools to go in mines and breaking metals and rocks. I don't even know what root word's talking about. You might be a little slow. So let's continue the technology that goes on amongst these people. Copper technology was developed about 1000 BC, and this was in the southern highlands of what is modern day Peru. Even though Peru is advanced and has this credit to having large and some of the older civilizations, we know for a fact they're not the first. So when we start looking at some of these culture from the Adena, from the Hopewell, from all these particular people, you got to get into the Southern Appalachians. When you get into the Southern Appalachians, you start finding out that they were masters at earthworkings. They were masters at earthworking. As a matter of fact, let's move on to the next source. If y'all ready to rock the house out, go ahead and drop some fire emojis in the chat. We'll come right back to the metallurgy, but we got a lot more to get into. If y'all ready to rock it, drop a fire emoji. Let's go.
For the stats, I be beating the odds. Then the blood and be making me calm. Ride the turbines just like I'm Saddam. I'ma blow it just like I'm a bomb. I'ma leave it.
Yeah, so let's keep it going. Let's show some of the advancements. So look, until recently, Professor Wright says archaeologists thought that any trace of Hopewell culture found at the source of the materials provided only that these far-flung communities of people had adopted a thin veneer of Hopewell rituals on the top of their local traditions. But based on the discovery made by my team at Garden Creek, Wright says, I'm convinced that local Appalachian communities were much more involved. Southern Appalachians, where mica was mined. Now, mica was also used by some of the Hopewell community. We're going to get into some of the Southern Appalachian mound builders. And you know how some of the Great Lakes Indians use mica. All right. So some of the Southern Appalachians where mica was mined on the industry scales about 19th to 20th century, long seen the obvious source of quantities. The materials used at Hopewell rituals, but excavated at Garden Creek, provided some of the first compelling evidence that indigenous people may have crafted the artifacts at the source. So let's get into it. In particular digs, Garden Creek revealed traces of 2 large enclosures bordered by earthworks. These echo similarity structures in the Hopewell Center and may have marked off areas for performing ceremonies and ritual tasks. Excavations in and around the enclosed earthwork, significant deposits of mica, mostly scraps bearing evidence of having been deliberately cut away from larger sheets. This suggests that craft people manufacture artifacts and around these enclosures. When the site was used and when the site was abandoned, there were ritual activities going on. Wright says, and crafting was part of these damn ritual activities. So no finished mica artifacts have been found at the Garden Creek. The absence suggests that whoever manufactured those artifacts unearthed at the Hopewell Center carried the finished items to a androgynous 500 miles journey into what we're calling now Southern Ohio, possibly as a form of pilgrimage. So they were migrating. They had family in the Appalachians. They was moving up to the south. So look, handmade history. Objects crafted at the Garden Creek may have been used in shamanic rituals. This Mica hand was found at the site in Ohio. Now let's look at this. This is made out of mica. Mica. And look, it looks just like a human hand all the way to detail. This is pretty advanced for something that possibly went on about 2,000 years ago. What do y'all think about that? Is that not quite remarkable to see some of your ancestors work? Is that not just remarkable to see some of your ancestors work? I mean, come on, we got to be real with ourselves, family. What do y'all think? Let's get a few people to support the channel. Y'all bogus as hell today. I want to get into another process. That we use. You know what I'm saying? With metal. Because metal was very, very important. You see what I'm saying? And there was a process that later on, after we mastered metallurgy, we came back to. We're going to get into that as well. But let's continue reading. Though. So I want to go down to this particular part right here. So Garden Creek, in their absence, suggests that okay, we went right here. We was on down a little bit. All right. So calling the cut mica art pieces incredible, beautiful. That's what Wright says. You're digging into the earth, and that's a significant symbolic thing. Also, mica has natural qualities. It can be light and dark at the same time. It's reflective. It's got this translucent to it. Different sorts of qualities may have been given symbolically import by their made and are worthy of ritualization. Okay. So they created these for very particular reasons. And this particular object, when shined up perfectly and polished, it will look dark and it will look shiny all at the same time, producing energy, carrying what we will call electricity. Okay. And they use electricity in various different things, whether it was in swords, axe, and sometimes in other metal sheeting. And they did that by a form of electroplating. Are y'all familiar with electroplating? Shout out to Roger W for being the first person to support today's live stream too, man. Shout out to Roger W for being the first person to support today's live stream. We do appreciate the love and support. Don't let Roger W or Poison Puppet, my brother Poison Puppet in the chat, don't let him be the only one to support the channel, man. Cash App information in the chat. Let's get right back to some more of this heat, man. We got more to get into. Let's
Keys on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track.
For the stats, I be beating the odds. In the blood, it be making me calm. Ride the turbines just like I'm Saddam. I'ma blow up just like I'm a bomb. I'ma leave it.
We back. Hey, can we get some fire emoji and some support in here? What we doing? Share the live around, man. Share the live around. Electroplating. Now, this is a very, very, very sophisticated science, which obviously I'm about to break down to the family. Have y'all ever even heard of electroplating? Let me holler at the family real quick. Have y'all ever heard of electroplating? This is something that your ancestors did roughly around 1,000 to 2,000 years ago. This is an advanced science. Hey, Spody, Odie, yo, Zeke, what's the deal? What's the deal? So y'all have heard of electroplating. Let's read a little bit of what electroplating is. Before we do that, though, man, we do need a family to share the live stream real quick. I don't want to go nowhere. We're going to be right back in just a second. Make sure y'all hit that like button, thumb up the video, support the channel. We're going to give y'all a quick 60 seconds to thumb up the video and to share the live stream at least one time. And if you want to support the channel, only support the channel if you enjoy these type of builds. All right, let's get right back into it. Be right back in just a second. Let's go. All right. We back. Let's get right into some more of this heat for the family, man. Electroplating. This was created around 2000 BC, and it was mastered all the way up to 600 AD. It was found in Southern American and Andre cultures. Electroplating is the process of depositing a thin coat of one metal on the surface of another by using an electric current. Okay. It has one of many gold plating techniques used by the Moshe in South America to make items made of various metals appear as if they were actually gold. The Moshe lived in the northern coast of what is now Peru from 200 BC to 600 AD. Expert metal workers. Moshe coax a power of electricity from chemicals to glide copper in alloys they made from silver, copper, and gold. Electroplating requires a plating bath, a source of direct current, an object to be plated in the metal that will serve as the plating. The positive terminal for the direct source of connection is the metal to be plated or coated, with a negative terminal or a negative charge. It is connected to the plating material as a node. Possess positive charge metal ions from the plating metal migrates to the negatively charged cohodes. To invent electroplating, the Moshe first had to develop a cohesive liquid which gave a dissolvable gold for the gliding process. This was accomplished by mixing water and nectar, which is potassium nitrate or a nitrate salt or sodium chloride. All right. A potash aluminum, a granular sulfur and oxygen compound, when combined, all these chemicals, which were found in the natural environment, were able to produce a corrosive solution with a pH of 4. In other words, a strong acid. After this had occurred, the Moshe dissolved gold in the solution. Then they placed a copper object in it. When dissolved in the acid solution, gold produces positively charged ions against the negatively charged ions, which stay in the solution. The copper is negatively charged, remember, and it will attract the positively charged gold ions. The copper acts as a both cohod and a node, creating an electricity. The Moshe then allowed the solution of gently boiling, causing a very thin coat of gold, adhesive on the object that they were plating. After the metal was coated with the gold, the Moshe metal workers heated up the object to around 900 to 940 degrees Celsius in order to cause the gold to bond more permanently, right? Giving it the gold plating look. So the technique of gold plating literally comes from indigenous peoples in North America. How many of you guys knew that? So electroplating is how you gold plate something. So when you see something that says gold plated, in order to get it gold plated, you have to go through the electroplating. You have to go through the electroplating process to get that, okay? So we were making gold shit even when it wasn't gold. It looked gold, and we used a little gold. It plated, maybe not fully gold. We rock gold like it wasn't nothing. That's whether it was fully plated or not. That's whether it was fully plated or not. I wish we had some people in here rocking with me. When I do these bills, I'd rather save some of these bills for my Sunday class. As a matter of fact, I'm not even about to do no more. How many people we get to support so far? 1? Yeah, I'm probably going to give y'all about 10 more minutes. And I'm up out of here for today, I guess. Sunday, I got some heat for y'all. Sunday, I got some heat for y'all. Oh, man. Where do I want? Oh, man, I got so much pulled up right now that I want to get into. Yeah, some of this I'm just going to say for my Sunday class. I ain't even going to lie to y'all. Yeah. This going to be worth what the real ones want to learn. I got some shit. I got like 50 slides pulled up right now. I got like 50 slides pulled up. Especially when we get into this Cahokia Center in UNESCO. So I might just open it up with the opening site. Let me see. All right. And we want to read this in English. Let's go to the next source. Is that why we can't pay in good anymore? I don't know what that means. And I will open up the link for anybody that want to ask any questions that may provoke me to go deeper into the subject matter. I will drop the link in the chat for anyone that does have any questions. So let's resume this. Cahokia Mounds site, historical site. Cahokia Mounds is somewhat about 13 kilometers northeast of what is St. Louis, Missouri. It is the largest pre-Columbian settlement in north of Mexico. It was occupied primarily during the Mississippian period, when it covered nearly 1,600 miles and included some 120 mounds. It is a striking example of a complex chiefdom society with many satellite mound centuries and numerous outlining hamlets and villages. The archaeological society may have had a population of 10 to 20,000 people at its peak, and in between 1050 to 1150 AD. Primary features at the site include Monk's Mound, which is the largest prehistoric earthwork in the Americas, covering roughly around 5 acres, excuse me, and standing roughly around 30 meters high. 30 meters high, that's 30 stories pretty much. 30-story building that covers 5 acres. We're talking about a damn monumental building. We're talking about a monumental building. The link is in the chat for anybody who will come on. This is going to conclude today's show, man. I'm going to resume some more of this Sunday, you guys. I promise you. And we're going to get into this fully. We're going to talk about this in depth. I got a lot more. I probably got about another hour and a half, 2 hours worth of stuff to get into. Maybe even 3 hours if I pushed it and open up my other bag of sources. But I do want the family to come on. Maybe we can have just a conversation about this instead of me showing you all the facts and primaries. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if we had like 4 more people to support, I might have got into it a little deeper. But it's all good. We'll wait till Sunday. It's all good. Shout out to the family. Hopefully everybody's enjoying their Thursday. Hopefully everybody's being safe as they move around. What's the deal? The link is in the chat, man. Let me drop this link in the chat for anybody that want to come through real quick, man. Let's get the conversation started. I'll be right back in just a second, man. I'm dropping pure truthful. It's just the truth.
Yeah. It's Sally. I'm gonna try to just let the music flow through me on this one. Yeah. I gotta speak the truth because the truth will set you free. But the truth will set you free. I gotta speak my truth because the truth will set you free. But the truth will set you free. I gotta speak my truth because the truth will set you free. I gotta speak my truth because the truth will set you free. These niggas all about a check. And don't compare me with them. He reached inside Pandora's box and he left with no limbs, trying to get ahead, and every night repenting his sins. He feel it within, and now it starts to leak off his pen. He wants to give up, cause now he sees his weakness again. He hates himself because he's different, and he feel like he's been to hell and back 1,000 times, and he can't get a win. He knows that the light, it flickers, but some days it be dim, convincing himself that the time it moves according to him, and the world is really his, but y'all just living within his perception like reflection. He just bent it again to rationalize his mistakes, to think he's winning again. Can face the truth, feel like a lion in this booth. I'm never lying in this booth. Get my soul, I be crying in this booth. And the galactic, I travel with a ride in this booth. I gotta speak my truth because the truth will set you free. The truth will set you free. I gotta speak my truth because the truth will set you free. Yeah. The truth will set you free. I gotta speak my truth because the truth will set you free. I gotta speak my truth because the truth will set you free. Trying to let go of old ways. Matrix got me in a daze for days. Then I wake up, back to the craze, back to what's great. Sleep again, restart the phase. I'm stuck in a maze. How the fuck I'm still in this place? I've lived, I've died, I've lived, but I'm still on this chase. I've lived, I've died, I've lived, but I know this is fate. The evil one starts to test that arrival. Every day I walk on this earth, an attack on my vitals. I mean my flesh, can spirit protected but need a vest. Cause demons, they walk among us, we nine, and know we threats. My name Heli.
My name 10, you know the rest. Need a mountain in Budapest with some monks to denounce my flesh. Cause the world becoming a mess. My girl becoming the nuisance, my wife becoming the test. My kids is all that I live for, avoiding them when I'm stressed. Detached with civilian life, still walk around with a vest. A general when this army cut legs and I sever chest. God forgive me for the test that I failed. So no more hell, you're seeking angels in the flesh, we need Jesus. Been crying out since a fetus, believe it. I'm Nicodemus whenever judgment bells ringing, lights fleeting. Tell the truth when the water's deep, when the drown, when the lies creep in. It's cool in the dark till light creep in. Good offense, can buy defense. I buy demons in the name of you know. I'm Van Gogh with Vans on Pluto. Or on Mars, you see stars when we fall through though. The 24K everything, I'm all proof though that it still go and we still pure. Dante, go ahead and shoot though.
I gotta speak my truth because the truth will set you free. The truth will set you free. I gotta speak my truth because the truth will set you free. Yeah, the truth will set you free. I gotta speak my truth because the truth will set you free. I gotta speak my truth because the truth will set you free. The truth will set you free.
Yo, that link is in the chat, man. Anybody can hit that link at any given time, man. You already know the vibes, man. But it seems like everybody good and hopefully everybody enjoying themselves. Like I said, I do got a Sunday's class prepared for you guys. We're going to go in deep into this particular subject matter. I'm going to touch on quite a bit in this up and coming Sunday's class. I think you guys really going to enjoy it. It's going to be a lot of primaries, a lot of source, a lot of reading, and a lot of just getting to the actual facts about things, especially when it gets into this Genesis era, when it comes to inventions and innovations. So salute to everybody that's in the building. Make sure y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. It's your brother Original Power. We out of here. Peace.